Whoa, check this out, guys. This is what everyone's talking about. CGC have a new label with JSA. Very nice. Gold background with a black trim top. Very presentable. What do you guys think about this? Hey guys, this is Sam from Charging Rhino Comics. Thanks for joining me today. Well, let me see what my point of view on this is. Undeniably that yellow label with the black top, a whole lot better looking than these traditional Gold series, right? The signature series that is currently running. It's another verified signature, not witness. And that's my problem. Most artists that I follow, for me anyway, are from the 80s and 70s. They're still alive. They're still living. They still go convention, or even they even set up, from what I understand, at their home and have someone go there and witness the signature. So we don't have to guess if it's a real or a fake. That's me. As far as the verified signature thing, CBCS already offered that. We all, as a community in the comic book community, already accept that. Hey, if you want a verified signature, go to CBCS. They're the knowledgeable one. Let them deal with it. CGC, I feel, is a leader, not a follower, and they have a higher standard. And this is their tradition: the signature witness signature. Simple old me just want to keep it that basic and not confused with the black label. Arguably better looking than this, right? And I see some other YouTuber claim that, hey, maybe I'd rather have that label over this label because the attractiveness of it. Hey, I'm not gonna argue with that at that point. That is an attractive label. But back to my point is, when this come out about, I kind of read online about signature verification and authenticating, and it's an art. I'm not doubting that JSA is not going to do a good job. My thing is, as you can see, the old book, when it was signed, usually they flip it and they sign it on the first page in ink. Usually a ball pen or a felt tip or whatever. Nowadays, you see all the signature come from people, from artists and contributor. You see it's in black marker or some kind of marker, a Sharpie. And like Stanley, for instance, this little scribble, over and over and over. Very flowy, but undeniably it's a Stanley signature in marker. There's no hard imprinting like you would with a regular pen, right? So I'm not gonna say it's easy, but I think a con artist who want to forge this signature, they can practice and make it legit. Unlike pen writing, where you have the high and the low of the pen stroke, you can look at under magnifying glasses that you see the indentation that it leaves. I remember back in the late 80s when I do go to convention over there in Houston, and I did met Todd McFarlane when he was so hot with the Spider-Man series. And then that Spawn thing came out, and I saw him in the costume. Man, a Spawn costume. That was a sight to see, man. And yeah, I haven't signed the trading card and some of the Spawn book, and there's no witness CGC authentication or anything like that, okay? Hey, it's face value. Just take my word. I got this signed in Houston by Todd McFarlane. Don't argue with me about it. All right, excuse me, got a phone. As I was saying, I had these books signed by Todd McFarlane at the Houston convention back in the late 80s. And that was awesome, I accepted this, my book. But CGC did not witness, or CBCS or anyone else say authenticate that, hey, this is it. This is Todd McFarlane, right? We pay premium money for undoubtedly Stan Lee, John Romita, Gary Conway signed this book. You know, an authorized person from CGC saw it, and that's that. No argument, no second guess, right? Another book I have was Daredevil 168 it was signed by Frank Miller. So it's just like the first inside page, it just simply write, and I believe it was in blue ink pen, to say Frank Miller on it, you know. And that's fine. Sam probably can practice write Frank Miller, and someone like JSA can say, hey, that was not Frank Miller. That is someone else writing in ink pen, okay? That's fine. Or did I do such a good job where they say, yeah, that might be a Frank Miller. So we're gonna authenticate this as a legit signature, right? But deep down, is it real? So what I'm getting at is, if you look online, and you know, nothing online is true, right? You see how many, you can see how many big purchases and sales that years later is found to be fraudulent, not real, should be not a real signature, or not the correct ink that was available at that time, and it was on this picture or poster, and at that given moment in time, it was certified that it was real. And years down the line, you have a second opinion say, nah, that ain't real. It can't be real. Just take that off the map, you know. And you put real money into, these people put real money into it buying originally. And now, years down the line, that they've been enjoying wherever they bought, you know, the poster or a picture of a celebrity that they bought turned out to be a fake. Come on now, guys, come on. So, all that to go back to, you get an authorized person from wherever grading company that is, witnessing it, document the date that it was done, and that is that. All right. Now back to signature authenticating. These pro know the real one from the fake one, from a person early in life, at the height of their career, and the end of their tenure, what their changes in their signature look like. Fine. Now let me give you the simple challenge, okay? The simple challenge. I have both of these books. I bought some were already, like this one, the Stanley was already signed. I did not send this in for a Stanley signature. But I did send this in for Mr. John Romita Sr. to sign back in May 20th, 2019. Okay, both of these were done. I sent in the same time to get signed by John Romita on May 20th, 2019. As you can see, I will give you a close-up picture. One, he signed up here, kind of wiggly, I guess in his older year, not nice and smooth. And on that very same day, he signed this one on the leg of the Punisher. Very nice and respectful print. John Romita. Okay, two different signatures, two different type of print altogether. How in the hell JSA gonna tell me which one is real, which one is not? And when you buy it, if you have these two books, you buy it 2 different times from 2 different sellers, and you put the two signature next to each other, and it was not witnessed, but the verified one. Wouldn't this also give in the back of your head, like, which one of these are real and which one is a phony signature, right? Do we want to go through that? No, I don't. I mean, I count every penny I make. Well, okay, every dime I make. I count every dime I make. And these are just a bunch of toys that I really put real money into. Do you really want to buy a signature from someone that you have to second guess yourself, or you're afraid like down the line someone's gonna tell you, hey, that's a fake signature, man. Sorry, dude. Ain't that a bummer? But anyhow, that's my thought on that. Now no doubt Punisher is my favorite character. This is not what this clip is about, but I will tell you, this is what my favorite character is, the Punisher. And I love John Romita cover. I love all his Spider-Man cover. It's something about it. It just speaks to me, okay, personally. But anyhow, I did send in 2 copies before that was signed by Stan Lee, and I sent in for Mr. John Romita to sign also. And what happened is they came back with a yellow label, all right? But that Stan Lee signature, because it's already on there, it have a yellow, I'm sorry, it's a yellow label like this, but on top it have a green strip. Denoting that, hey, they can't very authenticate the Stan Lee or witness the Stan Lee signature. So what happened to those 2 books? I sent it to the right place, the reliable CBCS, and they verify it. And of course, me, I sold off. I don't want that green label on it. You know, and that's what this thing is all about. Nobody want a green label or a purple label. But this here is about a green label. If it's the signatures on the book, and CGC will give you a green label. You know, if you want a verified signature, like I said, CBCS is your way of going out. So CGC always command a higher price retention, and even resale wise, it always fetch more money than the others. And I respect that. I'm a fanboy of CGC. I wish they kept just simple, you know, just if they saw it, decide, leave it be. It worked all these years, but why the hell they change it all of a sudden? You know what? I believe this is all about a money scheme, okay? They open a new venue, a new way, a new tier, a grading tier for people resubmitting all these green labels that they put on there so they can regrade it and fetch more money, right? I believe Collected Comic mentioned that this is one way of them regrading book, and they're not charging anything right now extra for the verification. But you know, JSA can't do it for free or pro bono so long, right? CGC had to make it up to them. They gonna be a fee, I believe, sooner rather than later. They're gonna be charged once people start submitting these green label in for that yellow and black label. Not my thought, but I promise you that's gonna be a thing. So you guys that have the green label, you better submit this day, May 2024. Just pack it up in the box and ship to CGC as soon as possible, okay, to get all them things regraded. But ultimately, I think this is another way of CGC creating money for themselves. It's for you to grab all those CBCS, verify, and submit so you get the CGC verified, just so the book value be worth more. Okay, that's my thought. Personally, I don't have any verified book on hand. All my stuff is all solid yellow. Okay, and the 2 that was verified by CBCS, like I say, the ASM 129 that I had before, I sold off. That's just me. This is my preference. I'm not saying there's anything wrong or however, but that's just me. Who will benefit from this little hoopla? Okay, I think the seller, comic book dealers, they can buy in stuff that are already signed, and they say, hey, I can always resubmit to CGC and get this verified. People who own collection and they want to get rid that already have signatures, that's a no-brainer, right? Just like another sellers. And of course, other people that benefit from this is CGC themselves for creating a new submitting tier. And I have to say congratulations to JSA. Hey, that's a good account you have. I know you guys are gonna do a good job. And I think the guy who's gonna be hurt from this, all this, is gonna be CBCS. Yeah, CBCS gonna be hurt from this. This is one way CGC is creating a way of making money, a new tier of making money. However, they're also trying to snuff out the competitor, CBCS. I guess that's part of the war game in business. This tier here only lower the standard of CGC, okay? You has always been a leader. You never did the verification signature for a reason, because of your high standard. And this is really lowering yourself, okay? Putting a tier where it's questionable, like, hey, which one of these John Ramita signature is correct, right? On the same day, from the same batch of submission. All right, which one? This one, the beautiful one, or this chicken scratch one? And hey, no disrespect to you, Mr. John Ramita. So back to the signature of the new Sharpie ink type on the cover versus the pen that is written on the inside of the page. Like I say, from what I read, the pen causes different pressure points when you write and sign, while the Sharpie always a flowy, okay? I honestly believe that someone can copy signature with a marker easier than a pen. Hey, I don't know. I'm just BSing here. That's my guess and my assumption. All right, that's fine. And if that's the case, if that's the case to be true, I think sooner rather than later, we're gonna have another episode with CGC, another scandal. All right. Is CGC open a new Pandora box for someone to create fake signature and submitting, and JSA, as good as they are, you can't say that a person is 100% assured of what they do, right? We all make mistakes. Human mistake, what? Oops, I'm sorry. Yeah, after someone paid good money for it, what JSA gonna say? I'm sorry? That's not good enough, right? But yeah, I think there are gonna be a lot of fake signatures that are gonna come through, okay? Now I say everyone is always talking about Jack Kirby this, Jack Kirby that. I honestly am not a Jack Kirby fan because that's before my time. And those books are just command a price point that I can't afford anyway. So, that's the two negative on my end. But as far as these other signature, the newer modeling artists that did go to convention and sign books in markers, yeah, I think there's gonna be a wave of fake signature gonna come out. And some of them fake signature, they're gonna pass the JSA test. I'm telling you. Hey, from the wisdom of CGC himself, they say grading is subjective, right? There's no guarantee of what you want, hope for, wish, and the outcome of the grade is what you're gonna get. How many of us resubmit the same book over and over and over to get this higher grade? I know I do. Besides pressing and cleaning and all that, even when all that is done, I still send in the book over and over again and in hope of a high grade. And yeah, I find success now and again doing that. I have an example right here, all right? This is ASM 194. Originally, I bought this book many years ago, a CGC 94. So this is before all I know anything about pressing, cleaning, and all that hoopla, okay? So I just opened the O case and sent it in the book, and I got it back a 98. Unfortunately, it was a purple 98. Okay, it was it say that it was color touch. Okay, all jet black cover. All right, front cover rather. And I like, color touch, what the hell, you know? And on top of that, right here in this black area, there's a visible fingerprint. Someone's fingerprint was right there. It wasn't there before, but a very visible fingerprint was right there. And of course, the label, like I said, was purple and it was for color touch. So what I do, I just left my safe for years and years on end. I don't know how many years, maybe 5-6 years, probably. So years later, came across a YouTube video of Nick. He basically say, hey, just blow a breath on a fingerprint and lightly wipe it with a tissue. It should come off. Doesn't always have it work, but if it's a fresh print, it should come off, okay? And that's what I did. Just to his advice, blow a little breath right here and wipe it off with tissue paper. If you really want to know what kind, Charmin Strong toilet paper at that. But anyhow, and of course I did the steam and a press. This is before all the cleaning and all that that I do. So just a light steam on the book and the heat press. And yeah, it came back from a purple label 98 to a blue label 98. Man, that's the story, huh? Back in 2019, came across another CGC autograph facilitator, Desert Wind in Phoenix. So I sent this book as a blue label intact to them and got the Al Milgram and Mal Wolfman signature on it, okay? And it did come back as a yellow label, as you can see, all right? So yeah, this baby right here went on a long trip, you know, but hey, what I'm getting at is when I got this book, it was a 9.4. When I submitted back in, it got back a 9.8. That's before I did any cleaning, pressing, or anything, okay? So the same book, different opinion from a different grader, okay? So back to the subject of the matter. This JSA authenticating signatures. Come on, guys. I know they are well trained. That's their job to recognize a signature, how the signature change through a person's life and whatnot, right? That's fine. You know, that's their job. They know what they're doing. But when it comes down to it, it's still a human, a person opinion at that given moment in time. Hey, we all make mistakes, right? It's called a human mistake. Back to these two books. John Romita Sr. signed both of these books on the same day from my same batch. So probably signed one after another, okay? Back to back. I can't prove that, but that's my theory is. And yet we have two totally different signatures, all right? Now, that was witness. The guy who authenticating signature for this new CGC JSA signature series, come on, man. I would hate for a person to invest big money on a big time book and there's still a lingering in the back of their head like, hey, is this really a Jack Kirby signature or a Stanley signature or whoever it is your great artist or contributor is, right? This process is just like CGC grading, okay? It's an opinion of that person, the authenticator, at that given moment in time. There's no scientific proof. There's no scientific 100% guarantee. None of that BS, okay? None of that. Unlike these here. It was witnessed and it is confirmed that this person that this person, Stan Lee, put his signature right there, okay? He can draw Mickey Mouse on it and put a smiley face, and it still would be a Stan Lee Mickey Mouse with a smiley face, all right? Because someone witnessed that he did that. But, you know, JSA, like I say over and over again, that's their job. They're the professional. They do what they do. But on my end, I'm a consumer. I'm gonna put real money that I save up to make a purchase. And I hate for that purchase to be burnt, you know, down the line. That, hey, it's not legit. My thought, I hope you guys feel what I feel, right? In the hobby of collecting, if we want original, we want to be original. And if we want a phony baloney, I buy my phony baloney Rolex on the New York alley, okay? Instead of at a Tiffany & Co. Rolex dealer, all right? So to summarize this, I just want to tell JSA, hey man, congratulations, awesome account. Welcome to the comic book community. If you're not already is, I know you do a fine job for a comic book fan. And congratulations to the sellers, you know, dealers out there, and people who own these non-witness signatures. Best of luck for you guys. I hope it is a legitimate signature that JSA is gonna verify for y'all. That's awesome. But you know, the ultimate winner out of all this is, I think, is CGC creating a new tier to create more money for themselves. All right, and whoever else come along, hey, they're gonna make a quick 5 minutes apologies video on YouTube, and we're gonna forgive them. I forgave them for those other scandal. I still love them. I'm still a fanboy, right? So why can't I forgive them out of this potential scandal that's gonna happen? You know, people saying then fake signature and gonna be passed as legit. That's just my thought. I'm not a fan of the verified signature from CBCS, and I'm a big Yellow Label fan of CGC. That's my main collection art of these Yellow Label, you know, these Yellow Label signature series from CGC. But hey, that's just my thought. Best of luck for you all, you guys. All right, talk to you guys next time. Thanks.